Troika, three of a kind, a triumvirate of powerful people in whose fate, sometimes, lies the destiny of a people or a country. Europe's Troika of big lenders, the European Central Bank, the European Commission and the International Monetary Fund has been a familiar part of the EU landscape in Portugal, Cyprus, Ireland and Greece for almost 4 years. But it is by no means the first ever Troika. They've been around in different ages and different parts of the world, acting as technical administration or interim power broker. The Troika is the coalface of the EU's bailout programmes, regularly visiting countries in trouble and making often unpopular recommendations of cuts, changes and adjustments. Validation of these belongs to another Eurozone body, but the fiercest criticism has often been directed at the Troika. And here's where it all started, in a meeting room at the European Council in Brussels. At the beginning of May 2010, finance ministers of the then 16 members of the Eurozone met in emergency session here to agree a €110 billion bailout for Greece. Doing the running on the ground, checking the books, budgets and balance sheets, imposing the cuts and reforms, was and remains the Troika. So how does the Troika work? Are they the dark cardinals of European neoliberalism, as some contend, or the guardian angels of a cherished European project, the euro, as others say? Who do they speak for and answer to? And as an ad hoc crisis management group parachuting into European countries worst hit by economic turmoil, how long will they be needed?
Wir sind mit dem Rücken zur Wand gestanden und haben jetzt das Licht am Ende des Tunnels angezündet. Wir kommen weiter, aber die Krise ist noch nicht vorbei.
The Troika was set up in 2010. It answers to the now 18 Eurozone members of the Eurogroup. One of its key tasks is to make projections on current performance and future prospects. Another is to agree memoranda of understanding with recipient countries to get their finances and banking systems stable by mutually accepted conditions, on which the delivery of the bailout tranches depends. These vary from country to country, but in one or another they've included recapitalising banks, liberalisation and privatisation of parts of the state sector, cuts in public spending, increased tax collection and radically improved governance. So, is the Troika working? Well, the people here at the European Commission headquarters say it's prevented the disorderly default on loans and severe social consequences in those countries. They add it's also helped prevent the spread to other countries of a potentially contagious run on banks. Also, it's worth remembering the sums mobilised so far, €396 billion. But there are some who question the claim of containing negative social fallout and the wisdom of austerity over stimulus. That's an issue of political ideology which divides many MEPs. On one issue, however, they do seem united: the Troika's perceived absence of accountability and transparency.
Le gros problème de la Troïka est qu'elle souffre d'une absence de légitimité démocratique parce qu'il n'y a pas de base légale. Nous proposons que la Commission et le Parlement travaillent beaucoup plus conjointement que cela ne se fait à l'heure actuelle.
Jede Institution, die nicht auf dem Boden des Gemeinschaftsrechts steht, hat einen europäischen Mangel an Transparenz, demokratischer Legitimierung und demokratischer Kontrolle. Daher wollen wir langfristig diesen Konstruktionsfehler beheben.
Another question as to how it works is it working together? I.e., are all its members singing the same tune? Apparently not all the time. Strong words from the head of the IMF, former French finance minister Christine Lagarde, over the way the Troika managed the first tranche of Greece's bailout in 2010, and the fact that debt restructuring was then ruled out. History alone will judge the rightness of the Troika's recommendations of austerity versus stimulus. What's clear right now, however, is that there's still a job to be done to clean up the financial systems in many member states. The only team doing that is the Troika.